Hey Explorers, I'm Jessica, and today on Exploring the Local Life, I wanted to talk to you about what it's really like to be a solopreneur, digital nomad, location independent kind of person that is running a business from the road. So the first thing I wanted to talk to you about being location independent, whatever, on your own, kind of an entrepreneur type, is that it can be lonely. You don't have the input of coworkers. There's no real boss. You're the boss, right? And you're doing your thing. Obviously, if you are working with clients and things like that, your client-based service, you're going to have contact with your clients and things like that. But there isn't really anybody that you can be like, oh my gosh, today was a rough day because something. You know, when you are in some sort of partnership, or when you are, obviously, if you have coworkers, you have that outlet. So not having that, you need to find ways to reach out to other people that are also solopreneurs, that are on their own, that are doing this, because you're going to find that they're going to have the same, not exactly the same issues, but you know what I mean. You can talk to them, they can talk to you, and you can commiserate together. Is that even the right term? But get all that stuff out and talk to people. Now, if you're on the road, you might be like, well, how do I find these people? I'm traveling all the time. It's not like, I can chat with my neighbor that I absolutely know is an entrepreneur. Well, if you're staying in an RV park and stuff, your neighbor might be also in the same boat as you. So make sure that you talk to people when you do meet with them, when you're at the campgrounds, when you're out and about, because you might find that might be sort of your tribe, somebody that you can talk to. And of course, online, right? You've got Instagram, you've got Facebook, and you have all these ways where you have to reach out to people to really find others that are going through the same things, or not necessarily that you're going through things, but somebody that could understand where you're coming from, and you guys can, continue to grow together. I'm in a few online groups that are just, I do a lot of blogging, and it is a blogger mastermind, and a mastermind is just somebody else that's doing basically the same thing. It's a small group, and the main thing with that is that you guys are talking business. It's a place to be real and raw, and it's not going to go beyond that group. It's a very safe space. It's a very healthy. It's a great way to grow, learn, and again, to not feel like you are alone. Now, another place that you can find this kind of community, find people that are going through the same things as you, is to go to some sort of rally. For me, it's going to be like an RV related rally because I'm an RVer, so I'll have even more in common with these folks. And like this week, I am just wrapping up. This is like not even the last day. This is like literally in 10 minutes is the last wrap party for this event. It was a full-time Freedom Week event. And, I was here specifically to meet with other RVers that are also entrepreneurs, that are also working their companies from the road, because I knew there would be connection there. I knew I hadn't been doing that for a really long time, and I needed it. And so I came this week for that, and, I'm going to share some footage with you. It's going to come after I'm done talking here. That shows kind of like what we did, how we connected, how an event like this, not necessarily full-time Freedom Week, this is not the only RV rally event. Like there's the RVE Summit coming up in March, and there's other events that come up all during the year that are all about this kind of connection, all about this learning and growing together. And even though Full-Time Freedom Week was about learning how to RV full-time, there were other people out in the group, just like me, that are doing this thing on the road, and we're looking for that kind of community and sharing. That happened this week. There was like a vision board group we all got together and we put together our visions, right, on a piece of paper so we can look at them. And I can't necessarily explain it so much because I've never led one of these, but it's really just about sharing and putting those things, not just like, oh, I would really like to go to Niagara Falls. You find a photo of Niagara Falls or whatever image and you slap it on there. So that way every time you're looking at it, when it's raining outside, you're nowhere near Niagara Falls, you're tired, the budget isn't there to get there. You remind yourself, no, we're going to get there. This is where I want to be. What steps do I need to take to get there? It's kind of like visualization. Vision board. There was laughter yoga.
You're going to turn to a neighbor, you're going to do it, and you're going to laugh like it's the funniest thing you've ever seen.
That was led by Kelsey Henry of Positively Lighted. This girl is awesome. She was road schooled, she wrote a book, and she does this. And I think the biggest thing with it is obviously not like regular yoga. There's no downward dog or anything like that. But it's a lot about breathing. You do work your abs. You are getting a lot of oxygen into your brain. It's fun. And it just kind of gets you in that right mindset of just kind of like, yeah, I'm an adult. Yeah, I've got stuff going on. But not letting go of the excitement, silliness, happiness that sometimes we leave behind in childhood. And that was a really, really great thing. I'm looking forward to learning more about it and incorporating it into my life so I can continue to be positively delighted, to quote Kelsey, and what she's doing. And this year was really cool. I've been part of this Full-Time Freedom Week ever since it started. This year I was not a speaker, but I was actually called in and I did participate in one of their live chats, and they did ask me to participate in their online business like roundtable, and that was really amazing for me. And that actually for me was a big step. I want to encourage you to go to these types of events because you don't know where it's going to end up. I ended up filming a lot for it. I ended up taking a lot of photos. I ended up participating some in it. And it actually started getting my mind going about other things I could be doing with my business that might be bringing me joy that I hadn't thought about doing. And I stepped out of my comfort zone. And I think when you go to these types of events, there are plenty of opportunities to step outside of your comfort zone and to move beyond maybe where you were with others supporting you. So it's really important. I want to encourage you to go to these. I know I keep saying that, but really do it. We had some, of course, fun events, eating and drinking together and just mingling. For me, I always call it networking, just so I can get into that mindset of, yeah, I'm talking to people, yeah, we're having fun, but there might be a further opportunity, not discounting making friends, but definitely always keeping kind of in the foreground that, or maybe in the background, that, yeah, that I might be making friends, but I might also be making partnerships. I may be bumping into somebody that I can really learn from at this very moment or later on and just kind of feel out like what's happening. There might be some people here that don't know who I am and what I do, and me being here and just chatting and having a good time, they might learn about me and they might want to in the future follow me for business purposes or, that sort of thing. So I think, I wanted to do this a little bit more. Usually have notes that take me through all the points I want to talk about. I didn't do that today because I wanted it to flow a little bit more freely. I wanted it to be like what was coming up for me, myself, as this solopreneur person who also isn't an RV. The reality is that some days are hard, some days suck, some days you would much rather be out exploring somewhere and doing something, but you have to work. So, it's not always just, and I say this all the time in all of the other Exploring the Local Life videos, it's not always campfires, kumbaya, and, amazingness. It's life, and, we're still working age, we have kids, so it becomes a little bit of like, balancing out how it goes. Suddenly you are the one that's responsible for setting up your own scheduling, setting up how you do things, and making sure that you're not working too much, working too little, and trying to balance that out. And it's a process. And sometimes, getting together with other people, are doing this, talking to them, kind of how they structure your day might help you as well.
Now that I'm back from Full-Time Freedom Week, I'm back with the family, and I'm back to being totally alone in my business. So I will be continuing to seek out those events, go online and find folks that I can connect with further so I can continue my growth, continue to also inspire others, hopefully. And if you are feeling like me, seek me out online. You can check me out on www.exploringthelocallife.com. And of course here on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. And you can get on our email list. If you look in the description, you're going to find out how you can do that. And that way we have this conversation and you won't be alone. We can solopreneur together. So thank you so much for watching. Please let me know if you have any questions or comments below. And don't forget to hit the bell to subscribe, and I will catch you later.